So this is Mega Man X.
Mega Man.
Not Mega Man X10. Mega Man X.
Yes.
Very important distinguishing factor that.
I didn't know that as a kid.
X.
I didn't realise
Yeah,
it was a
no. I
separate
mean, I was probably just as naive as a kid as well. Like, why wouldn't you? Like,
I just knew there was a lot of them when
and they brought out X, and you assume, oh, that must mean they've got to 10.
I was like, where were the rest of them?
Okay, do you want to hammer start? Anyway, it's going to start doing demos otherwise. Excuse me, a bit of a hiccup. Yeah, like, I like this game. I'll be honest, the only time I played it was on an emulator, I don't know, when I was like 17?
That's where that was.
Something like that. So the frame rate was pretty poor, but you should have a charge shock, for example. I think it's got multiple levels of charge. I can't remember. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the second level.
There's other
yeah, there's. I mean, you get like slides and yeah, if you hold like down and jump.
It's really cool because you've got destruction on it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's if you kill them quick enough, the landscape stays there and you don't have to do the jumping and shit. Yeah, if you press down and jump, you do a slide, I think. But the slide, it like sends you a set distance, so don't go doing it, you know, in a place where you'll fall down a hole. But you've also got wall jumps, wall climbing. So if you're falling down a hole, aim for the side, because if you catch it, you'll be able to jump your way back up again.
I can do a slide, yeah.
Oh no, is it one of the shoulder buttons, perhaps? No, down on the shoulder button? I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you can't do a slide yet. But yeah, I mean, there's like... I can't remember. There's a whole bunch of different special abilities as well. Like, I think there's a Hadouken in this one. If you there, you see, look. Yeah, you see, it saves you, right? I think of all the mechanics this game adds to the Mega Man series, that's probably my. I don't think. I mean, you can't in normal Mega Man. Can you in this one?
No, I can't duck. I was hoping to duck.
No,
for some reason I just felt like I would have been able to duck.
I thought ducking and jumping was how you did the slide. To be honest with you, but I'm just remembering it wrong, obviously. So. But yeah, there's like you get a Hadouken, I think, or a dragon, like a tiger uppercut. I don't know, some fucking Street Fighter move that you can basically one-shot the bosses with. But it involves like a lot of finding secrets, basically, doing all of the hard work that games like this used to give you. So yeah, I think my favourite mechanic this game adds is the wall kind of slide, right? Like, if original Mega Man had that, it wouldn't have been quite so unforgiving. Like, it still would have been pretty fucking unforgiving at the end of the day. Yeah, I know, right? It would have been pretty fucking unforgiving at the end of the day because a lot of the deaths you had in Mega Man 1 were like... I know, right? A lot of the deaths you had in Mega Man 1 were like little platforms that would disappear and shit and dump you in a pit of spikes, you remember? Whereas, I don't know, I like that wall slide. It's cool. It's a cool mechanic, right?
How you can do properly.
Yeah, you can. It's just to basically, rather than falling down a pit and just dying, you can recover. Like, you know, you've got the opportunity to actually catch the side and keep yourself safe. Yeah, not too much though. A little bit of parkour. I mean, how are you finding it?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Good game. Is that what you got to say then?
Yes, it is a very good game.
It's a good game.
I'm trying to...
Final seal of approval. GG.
Yeah, it's good.
That's all it needs.
I wish I'd played it when I was younger. It's there's a shitload going on.
Yeah, I know there is. I understand your concentration,
really
right?
Nice. And I never played Mega Man after NES.
The thing is, it's quite hard to hear, but can you hear the music as well?
Yeah, that's
all really good music.
Cool on that.
Yeah, I mean, like, all of the music in the game is just really good. Oh, I wouldn't bother. It would just drop bombs, and you don't need to worry too much about it. I don't know. It comes from that era of SNES games when like music was quite important as well. It wasn't just about. I
mean, Super NES had fantastic sound.
Yeah, I mean both the SNES and the Mega Drive. The Mega Drive had
a different sound.
It had blast processing or something. Well, no, I mean, yes and no.
Yes.
Everything's fucking made up at the end of the day.
The term is made up.
Yeah, terminology. Yes. All it means is
someone
that
once said that they could blast
all it means is that
through to the processor.
Somebody. Yeah, that's all it means is that somebody in marketing.
Why am I bothering? Oh, what?
That was my favourite. Why am I bothering?
I'm sure I jumped in, but apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah, well, I mean, I agree. Like, blast processing, fine, it's a made-up term, but honestly, like,
Mega Man.
any bit of tech is just named whatever it is the person who made it wants to call it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like it may
I
not.
know it was a coined phrase.
Yeah, it may not have even been the person who made it who said let's call it.
I never really. I only knew like one person that had a Mega Drive and had very little like interaction with it as a console, other than playing I think Ren and Stimpy and what was it called? Slaughterhouse.
Oh, Slaughterhouse was good. Slaughterhouse was good.
Side-scrolling hacking.
I'll be honest, like I probably interacted with the Mega Drive more than I interacted with the Super NES. Yeah, the problem is enemies will respawn as you're running.
I just need to.
So you got to press forwards. Nice, that was a good shot. You got an extra life out of it though, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I
if you shoot the tops
can
off,
take a fair bit of damage.
yeah, you can. If you shoot the tops out of those cars, you can jump on the car and like ride along. But of course, you don't want to ride them that way because it will just send you to your death, basically. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I interacted with the Mega Drive way more than I did the Super NES actually, because my good friend Kenny, who was born week before me, his mum was in the hospital bed next to my mum or something like that. You know, like they got to know each other in the hospital because you had to stay in for a lot longer back then. That kind of stuff. But yeah, like he had a Mega Drive. I had a Philips CDI, of course, because I was the cool kid in town. Yeah, but because he had the Mega Drive, like whenever I went to his house, it was always the Mega Drive that we played on. He did get a Super NES at some point, and amusingly ended up selling it. And I guess it's because he'd had the Mega Drive for so long that, like, by the time he got a Super NES, it wasn't, apart from like playing Mario, there wasn't really anything that he couldn't get for the Mega Drive or hadn't already played, or wasn't that really interested in, because I guess the Mega Drive had that like teenage. Yeah, don't worry, that's meant to happen. And then you see what's going to happen here is Zero's going to turn up and save you. He's the red guy. The guy who looks a little bit like Mega Man, but he's red and silver.
Yeah,
You've seen him?
Yeah,
red and white, I think, actually. Or red and silver.
He looks a bit like Boba Fett, this guy.
Who, the bad guy?
The purple dude.
Does a little bit, doesn't he?
It's a bit Boba Fett. Also.
He does.
Just
Fuck you! There he is. Oh, it's silver. Okay. Red and silver. Yeah, Zero's a bit of a badass. I mean, spoilers, if you haven't played this game, he does die.
No.
Basically, like, sacrificing himself to save Mega Man and, like, help him defeat the, evil Dr. Wily or whoever it is, I can't remember. But in the second game, one of the objectives you've got is to basically pick up all of the Zero parts. And if you recover them all, like, he comes back to life, and I think you can play as him instead. But it's interesting, because the way they do it in the second game is you've got these bosses that show up on the map, and they're only there for a limited amount of time.
Yeah, right.
If you fuck it up, I think they move to one other location, and then that's the last chance you get.
Yeah.
But once they're gone, that's it. Like, you've missed that piece, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
So it was all about, like, making sure that you had the powers that you needed to defeat them without leaving them too long that they disappear. And yeah, but that's the second game anyway. So that's the password.
Yeah.
That's your password, just to let you know. But yeah, like, here you are. You're on the stage selection screen.
Wow, there's some weird.
I know, right? But it's a pretty cool little intro level.
So we've got
I do like it.
penguin.
Yeah, they're all based on animals. So the red one is like an octopus. You've got a penguin. You've got an elephant. The coolest one, isn't that one, it's the one to the right. But this guy's, you're right there, this guy's like a chameleon. I bet you thought he was like a Triceratops,
Yeah,
didn't
I
you?
did.
See? He's alright, he's pretty cool. Like, I can't remember what his power does, honestly. The coolest guy is the one on the right, who I think is meant to be like a stag beetle or something. But he basically gives you, like, Cutman style powers.
Yeah.
And, like, when you defeat some of the bosses with them, you get cool little animations where the boss, like, splits in half and shit like that.
Okay, I can jump on that as well.
Yeah, you can stand on the weird log things that he's throwing at you. Nice! He hit you and then gave you some health for it, so that was a pretty good trade, I'll be honest. As far as trades go, you were definitely gaining value on that one. If that was game, they'd be losing their money. I mean, they're losing their money anyway, right?
Well, they're useless.
Although Toys R Us are losing the most money.
What kind of company has a click and collect system where you have to wait for the product for 3 to 5 days to arrive in the store when they have it in stock?
I know, right?
That's why I bought a PSVR from Smith's toys.
Yeah, because you can just go and pick it up.
not to be favourable or anything like that. There's other companies you can go to and all that jazz.
Other
blah, blah,
toy
blah.
shops and game
Other
stores
toy shops
are available,
in your
but
region.
genuinely,
But-
like, kind of fuck games, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
they are useless.
Yeah, they.
I'm sure some of their stores are much better than others.
The thing that Game did that really annoyed me was they bought Game Station.
The Game Station, I didn't know them. Well, they didn't exist down south really, and I always thought they were better than Game.
Yeah.
Which-
I mean, they did
which
exist.
is weird.
They did exist
'Cause they
down south,
stopped-
but there were a
they s-
lot of them up north.
Well, yeah,
that's the thing.
I mean, when we moved up to Lincoln, like like I never realised they were there until then, and like they were a much better store as far as I was concerned. They had much more interested people in them.
They made an
they
effort
stopped
to be
retro
relevant,
shit.
and exactly, and
like,
not
yeah.
at a high overprice as
Yeah.
well. Like it was always a reasonable price, and they understood the point that
Yeah.
people would buy shit if you priced it reasonably.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that
Like
Game then
some
did was
stores.
they bought Game Station. They removed all of the staff benefits and all of that kind of stuff that we had, except for our discount.
Yeah.
They basically changed the pricing structure so that everything was pretty much the same price as Game. And then they just got rid of Game Station altogether. I know, right? They get rid of Game Station altogether and just replaced it with more game shops, which in turn lost lots of money. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I think
I'm not surprised they,
hemorrhaging their cash.
Well, they've gone out of business and
Yeah,
bailed
it's
out
not
like
funny.
twice, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's not funny.
I think
but it's also not funny because it's like
it's not funny because it's people's jobs and they should learn how to run a business
they're the
better.
only,
But
only storefront in the United Kingdom.
yeah,
for
the only
example.
proper
game shop that
well-established
exists.
one at the end of the day.
Yeah.
There's lots of little game shops, but they're not. There's
your
no
other options
really
are-
well-established
It's
franchises.
a big chain, the big chain trading places.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much
yes.
it. And
I mean,
they
CEX
are
is probably
just
your
gouging
closest, right? But they don't sell new
gouges,
stuff,
just
so
horrible gouges done.
yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean,
And,
I remember
yeah,
seeing a NES Mini in there for like £230 or
I mean,
something.
I mean, I can't. My disk drive's fudged on my PS4, so I can't buy physical for that.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
still
you
like,
need to jump out,
Yeah,
but I can't
yeah.
remember exactly how you do it.
I still like going. Oh, I can do a dash.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
like
What was the dash button?
that.
Maybe that's your slide button as well. Could be. Could be.
Um,
You're stuck in this thing, aren't you?
pressing select, pressing
I
down.
genuinely I can't remember
down,
how you get
jump.
out. It is something. Have you got 2-button combo or something like that? I honestly can't remember what it is. What it is you have to press? Shoulder buttons? Something? No. No. Well, it's fine. You know what? We can play something else. We've had a little rant about game and everything, and there are ways that we can fix game shops. We'll talk about that another time. So let's play something else.
Yeah.